Hello, everyone. This is Scott Coburn, and thank you for joining me for this month's edition of Training Tuesday. Joining me this month is Liz Tolan. Liz is the manager with Sugarloaf Township in Luzerne County. She is also one of several amazing instructors that we have at PSATS who are teaching this month's basic training for secretaries and administrators. Why don't we just talk a little bit about what are some of the things that you're going to cover at the basic training class?
Well, the basic training class, it just as the name says, it's basics, right? So I'm going to do an overview. I'm going to touch on a lot of things. We'll talk about meeting management. We'll talk about, the budget a little bit, purchasing, liquid fuels. We'll touch on a lot of the subjects. The basic training is going to be just kind of like an introduction. And then when you go into the boot camps and some of the other, the conference classes, then we do more of a deep dive into the subjects. But we're going to give a little bit of information about a lot of things.
So Liz, you came to municipal government after career outside of government. And then we've talked a lot about that over the years, just the transition. And I know a lot of the folks who will take this class might be in a similar situation. What are some of the things that the class will help them with that type of transition?
Well, we'll give them a familiarity with a lot of the municipal organizations that they're going to be dealing with. The DCED, the CFA will kind of help them connect the dots as to who's who. I know when I started, there were all these acronyms and I didn't know what any of them were. And the first thing that Richard Yost, who's one of my supervisors, said is like, call PSATS. And I did, I spoke to you and Holly about, every day when I first started. So we want to give them a familiarity with what some of the agencies are and what some of the things are that they're going to have to do that are going to be very different than what they may have, been involved with in commercial business. I know when I started, this was so different and so foreign to me. I was in commercial business. I worked internationally, domestically, management level position, and I came here and I was lost. I had to learn everything. So I want to help people a little bit, not have to struggle like that.
Let me ask you this: Are these classes built so that people will be able to engage with other attendees, ask questions back and forth, share experiences, things like that?
Absolutely. Every instructor has different styles, right? You have people coming from agencies and everybody has their own kind of take on training. I like to have fun. I like to find out who's in the room. I like to get the classes engaged. We have a couple little surprises, as you know, along the way. And I really do like to really get them interacting with each other. Sometimes, depending on the classes, we'll do a little bit of, audience participation. I like to have fun with it. They still take away the message, the meat of the subjects, but I like it to be kind of a social experience as well.
And you mentioned a couple of minutes ago the conference workshops. You have spoken at the conference the last several years, and your workshops are always extremely well attended and extremely well received. Do you want to do a little bit of a teaser for what you're going to be covering this May?
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit about reaching for excellence. So, we've already all got our basics down. Now we're going to talk about what are some things that we can incorporate into both our personal and our professional lives to just kind of raise the bar for ourselves and to get organized and to help bring other people up with us. And I'm the conference is my favorite time of year. I just love it. And I just love being out there and teaching and interacting. And it's so much fun. I love it. You really want to come. There's so much help available to you. It's a great way to meet other people in other municipalities. You network, you get phone numbers of people that you can talk to after the classes. And also you get a good foundation. And it's a good way to launch. If you haven't had a lot of experience in municipal government, or if you have and you're still a little confused, it's a great opportunity.
Well, thank you, Liz. Again, for folks that are looking for basic training on secretarial and other administrative tasks, you can go to psats.org. We will be hosting 5 of these classes around the state during February. So there's definitely going to be a class close to you.